What is up, YouTube? Before I start the video, I would like to point out that True Business Review is ran by two people. I currently make division prediction videos. My name is Dan, and you might have noticed Mike in different videos. So we would like to thank everyone for all the support and views and subscribers. We really appreciate reaching over 100 in such a short amount of time. So yeah, let's get into the video. Before I start the video, I would like to add that only 4.1% of you guys are subscribed. So I'd really appreciate it, and I'd like to thank all of you for all the subs, the views, and the support. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the video. Yo, what is up, YouTube? Back with another prediction video. So we're coming down the stretch. We're going to have a couple more reviews, and then we will be starting our playoff series. So today, I'm going to be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, who drafted Joe Burrow #1 overall and T. Higgins first pick in the second draft. So do I believe this team is going to be better than it was last season? Of course I do. It's going to be a lot better, but at the same time, I don't think this team is going to be a good team in the league. So obviously they have the talent on their offense. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, A.J. Green, Joe Mixon. The offense is looking good if it's coordinated correctly. But their defense is kind of irrelevant at this point in time. Not the best defense in the league, one of the worst, and that's probably why they're going to be losing games next season. Obviously, I also believe that a rookie QB does not perform well their first season, but Joe Burrow actually might be an exception to this because he was very, very, very good, debatably one of the best college QBs ever, and I would not be surprised if he just fit right in week 1. But the Bengals schedule is kind of hard, and let's look at it. So starting off week 1, they host the Los Angeles Chargers. So, do I believe the Chargers are going to win this game? No, I do not. I do believe the Bengals and Joe Burrow are actually going to open their season with a home win and start 1-0. And I only say this because I believe the Chargers are going to start Justin Herbert, so we're going to have a week 1 rookie battle, and I do not think Justin Herbert is going to be a good QB his rookie season, of course, and they're going to choke this game against the Bengals in Cincinnati. Obviously, I do believe that the Chargers probably should be the better team in this matchup, but it's just the fact that they don't have any experience in the QB position anymore, and Joe Burrow is definitely he's a god. He's a college god, so he should just fit in week 1 and actually get the home opener and get the W. So the following week, they go to Cleveland. Do I believe the Browns are going to win this game? I do. So I do believe the Browns are going to get the win over the Bengals. But later in the season, you probably will be surprised at the other outcome. We'll see. So I do believe that the Bengals probably actually are the same talent as the Browns. I think the Browns are trash. And I honestly think the Bengals will be better than the Browns. Probably later in the season and the upcoming years, because I feel like they have more talent than the Browns. Their Baker Mayfield's overrated. We'll have a AFC North first round pick battle at QB, Baker Mayfield versus Joe Burrow, and obviously since this game is in Cleveland, I do believe that the Browns are going to get the W. I actually would not be surprised if the Bengals pull off the win, because we saw this last season where the Bengals absolutely destroyed the Browns. But that was in Cincinnati. It was week 17. Didn't really mean anything at the time. So, the following week, they play at the Philadelphia Eagles. I do believe Philly is the better team in the matchup, and I honestly cannot see a way for the Bengals winning this game, even if they start 2-0, which I honestly wouldn't be surprised happens. It'd be a really great run by Joe Burrow if he won this game in Philly. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it happened because their schedule, they do play some hard teams, but they do have those easy teams since they did come in last place in the AFC North. So they do play other easy teams like the Chargers, Jaguars, and the Dolphins, I believe. But this game is in Philadelphia. At this point in time, I do believe the Eagles are the better team, better coach. I think the Eagles actually... They have troll players, but obviously they have a good coach who won a Super Bowl. So I do believe the Eagles are going to win this game at home. Carson Wentz should get a couple touchdowns in this game. and the Bengals should get the L. So, the following week, they do play the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. So, this is going to be a good game to watch because Jaguars are one of the worst teams in the NFL, and it is a home game for the Bengals. So, I do believe the Bengals are going to get the win at home against the Jaguars. The Bengals, honestly, are the better team in the matchup. The Jaguars' defense is so bad because, they literally got rid of every player they've ever had in the last 2 to 3 seasons because they just hate it there in Jacksonville. It's a toxic organization, and their offense isn't anything good either. Obviously, with Gardner Minshew at QB, and, he's horrible, so should be a win for the Bengals. So, debatably starting 3-1 or 2-2, I believe it's going to be 2-2. This team could pull off this upset. I 100% doubt it will happen, though, but they do play at the Baltimore Ravens. So obviously the Ravens should win this game. They're one of the best teams in the NFL, and they're definitely better at the Bengals. It is in Baltimore. Should be an easy win for the Ravens. We saw this game 3 seasons ago, and the Bengals actually beat the Ravens in Baltimore, Week 17, and then the Bills made the playoffs. Something like that, I expect the Bengals to be pulling off, in the next couple of years, but obviously, rookie season for Joe Burrow. Would not be surprised if he actually popped off as a rookie, but we'll see. I do believe the Ravens are going to win this game. So, the next week, they do go to Indianapolis, and they play the Colts. So, I do believe the Colts, they could be bad next season. I'm not even joking. Like, this game was in Cincinnati. I think they could win. But the Colts, I don't think Philip Rivers is good for them. If you think about it, the point of playing in the NFL is to win a Super Bowl. And how is signing Philip Rivers going to win you a Super Bowl? It just doesn't make sense. That's the thing that doesn't make sense. Like, teams make stupid moves that just make no sense. You think signing Philip Rivers is going to do anything for you? Then congrats, you're actually stupid. But whatever. Obviously, this game isn't in Indianapolis. I do believe the Colts actually are going to get the W, though. I think it's going to be there are only a couple wins. I don't think the Colts are going to be good. But it is against the Bengals, so we'll see who wins. I think the Colts are going to get the W. So, the following week, they host the Cleveland Browns at home. So, the Cleveland Browns, like I said earlier, I picked them to win at home week 2. But I do believe the Bengals actually are going to win this game against the Browns. I feel like the Browns are overhyped. They were overhyped in the beginning of the season last season. They were one of those teams that were favored to win the AFC North and came in 3rd place with a 6-10 record. Also, Baker Mayfield has too many commercials, and he has more commercials than wins. So with that being said, I do believe the Browns are overrated. Anybody who says they're good, they're just completely lying to your face. And the Bengals should actually win this game at home against the Browns. Joe Burrow's going to pop off in this game. Cleveland's freaking garbage. Baker Mayfield's overrated. But I can't deny the fact that the Browns do have very good offensive talent with Kareem Hunt. He was really good for the Chiefs. Obviously, they got Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham Jr., Austin Hooper, and they do have Jarvis Landry. So that offense is looking hype. But it's the fact that their QB is a clown that the Browns are going to lose this game. The Bengals are going to get the W. So, the following week, they host the Tennessee Titans at home. So, obviously, it's a big rip in this game. I feel like the Bengals are going to get really close, but they're going to fall short in this game, and the Titans are going to get the W. Obviously, I think the Titans are one of the best teams in the NFL. They are so underrated at this point in time. I'm not a Titans fan, but it's the fact that the Cowboys, the Eagles, a lot of teams are favored to win the Super Bowl over them. Yet they were in the AFC Championship game and beat out 2 of the best teams in the NFL in the playoffs. Did you know that the Cowboys were actually ranked the 4th highest probability of making the Super Bowl and winning it? What? And the Eagles were at 9 or 8 or 7. And that is just confusing. The Titans and the Steelers, both teams that should be higher than the Cowboys. What? They're number 12. This is complete garbage. So I do believe the Titans are very underrated. I do think they're going to get the win over the Bengals in Cincinnati. I do believe the Titans are the better team. I do believe it's going to be a close game because Joe Burrow is going to be popping off at this point in time, and he's going to get the W against the Titans. Sorry, he's going to lose against the Titans. The following week, they go to Pittsburgh and they play the Steelers. So the following week, actually, they do have a bye week, but the week after that, they do play the Steelers in Pittsburgh, and they did have a bye week. So I do believe this team should be healthy in this game. Hopefully, everybody is. No injuries. Let's hope for that. But I do believe the Steelers are going to get the win. They're definitely the better team in the matchup. It's in Heinz Field. The Steelers defense, top three, maybe the best defense in the league. And Ben Roethlisberger, in my opinion, might be having an MVP season. Honestly, I do believe he could be having an MVP season. And the fact that he is so underrated at this point in time, as long as other teams I just pointed out, like Titans. And he has so much offensive talent, like Eric Ebron, Deontay Johnson, Juju, Claypool, that's a funny one. Chase Claypool, sorry there. Obviously, his offense is going to be great. Defense is going to be great. Steelers should get the win at home against the Bengals. So, the following week, they go to Washington, D.C. and play the number 2 pick in the overall draft. They play the Redskins. So, they got Chase Young. So, we're going to see a 1 versus 2 matchup right here. Chase Young versus Joe Burrow. Do I believe the Bengals are going to get the W? Actually, I do not. Honestly, I'm thinking the Bengals are going to be the better team, overall. It is in D.C., though, which is favoring the Redskins, and I do believe the Redskins actually should win. I would not be surprised if the Redskins were just, having a really bad season, but at this point in the season, they should be a lot better with Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins at QB. Obviously, their defense is going to be better with Chase Young. And their coaching staff was changed. They hired Ron Rivera, the Panthers' old coach, Super Bowl loser, but it doesn't really matter. He is a good coach. I do believe he will turn this organization around, but probably won't do anything with it. So I do believe the Redskins are going to win that game. So, the following week, they host the New York Giants at home. So, who do you think is the better team in the matchup? I do believe the Bengals are going to be the better team in the matchup. But I only say this because Daniel Jones is a clown. Like the Browns, the Giants and the Browns are very similar in the way that they have so much good offensive talent. It's not even funny. But their QBs are so clown, it doesn't even matter. And the QB is the most important position on the team. We've seen this with the Chiefs, where Alex Smith didn't win any playoff games. They get Pat Mahomes, he wins a Super Bowl his 3rd season, 2nd season as a starter too. So, yeah, obviously the QB matters. And since the QB matters in this matchup, I do believe Daniel Jones is going to be clowning in this game. And the Bengals are going to get the W at home. Like I said, I do believe the Giants have very, very good offensive talent. But the QB is the person who combines all of that talent and performs well. And with Daniel Jones, now I just can't see that happening. So, the following week, they play at the Miami Dolphins. So we will be saying a Tua versus Joe Burrow matchup. Both pretty good college QBs. So, is this matchup going to be hype? It definitely will be. So, we saw this exact game last season, and the Bengals had an amazing comeback, forced overtime, I believe, and they lost to the Dolphins in Miami. Do I believe the Bengals are going to lose this game once again? Fortunately, I do think they're going to lose this game. If this game was in Cincinnati, easily be picking the Bengals. If this game was earlier in the season, I would have picked the Bengals. But it's just the point that this game is in December. Do you believe Tua and the rest of the Dolphins, all their rookies, all their offseason picks, all of that, they're going to be performing at a higher level than they were in the beginning of the season. And the Dolphins are going to get the W at home against the Bengals. Do expect this game to be a very, very close one, maybe a 3-point game. But I do believe the Dolphins' defense is going to be slightly better as the season continues, and that's why they're going to get the little edge over the Bengals in this game. So, the following week, they host the Dallas Cowboys at home. Now, I kid you not, I will not be surprised if they beat the Cowboys at home. I'm honestly picking it right now, but it's just a fact that I haven't seen Joe Burrow prove it yet. Like, his first 2 weeks, that's all he's got to do is convince me, and I believe it'll happen. But we got to see it happen, and I also picked the Cowboys to beat the Bengals in my Cowboys video. Can't change that. So I'm a firm believer the Bengals are going to win this game, but I can't pick them to win. Like I said, I just need proof Joe Burrow's going to perform on that, accelerated level. We'll see. So I do believe the Cowboys are going to get the win in Cincinnati. I'm really regretting this pick right now. Like, no joke. I feel like the Bengals are going to win this game. But I got to pick the Cowboys because Joe Burrow hasn't proved anything. And the Cowboys, they cheat, got a new coach, have pretty good offensive talent, besides Dak Prescott, who is one of the most overrated players in the NFL. So we will see. The Cowboys definitely aren't even going to win a playoff game next season. I don't know why people think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. It's complete toxic. NFL analysts don't believe a word they say. Like that one dude who predicted the 49ers will go 3-13. Guess what? They went 13-3. So that's all that matters, is nothing what NFL analysts say, because they are always wrong. All that matters is what I say, because I'm very close to being right. So, the following week, they host another home game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, obviously, I do believe the Steelers are going to be the better team in the matchup. I feel like Ben Roethlisberger is going to be having the MVP season, like I've already said. And he's going to be on a roll, honestly. These last 3 weeks of the season is it's pretty it's clutch time for a lot of teams that are trying to gut for their division. I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens are going to be neck and neck in that race to win the division title. And to do that, they're going to have to clutch up the final weeks. And I believe the Steelers are going to clutch up against the Bengals in this game. The Steelers haven't lost to the Bengals in a very long time. It's been 5 years, I think. And I don't expect that to stop anytime soon. I do believe that the Bengals are going to be getting home game wins against the Steelers in the future, just not this season. I do believe this game is a Sunday or Monday Night Football. We will see. It'll be a good one. So the following week, they do go to the Houston Texans. So obviously, I think the Texans are going to win this game. No doubt about it. I don't even think the Bengals are going to be able to compete. It's in Houston. The Texans may have died down, may have lost talent in the offseason. Pretty imperative that DeAndre Hopkins is gone. David Johnson is their running back. Makes no sense, but it's whatever. So, yeah, I do believe the Texans are going to win this game. They're also going to be gunning for the division against the Titans, of course. So, I do believe the Texans should clutch up. It is a home game for them. Better team in the matchup. Going to win this game. And the last game of the season is against the Baltimore Ravens at home. So, if the Baltimore Ravens somehow lose this game and it doesn't impact their playoff implications, if they lose this game and they're stuck with the number 2 seed anyway, number 5 seed, number 1 seed anyway, then they bench all their starters. Bengals should win this game, no doubt about it. But I don't think about it that way, because what's the point in doing that? Obviously, this is a very, very, very high possibility, of course, because the Ravens probably could win their division by a landslide, or it could be very close with Pittsburgh. But I'm going to think about it like the Steelers and the Ravens are guarding for the division, and the Ravens try in this game, and they go to Cincinnati. Who do you think is going to win? I honestly think the Ravens are going to win this game. Would not be surprised if the Bengals won, but it's just the fact that the Bengals defense at this point in time, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good next season. It's definitely something they're going to want to work on, and once that's fixed, they're going to be a better team overall. So, that is a 4-12 record, and honestly don't think this team's too bad. Like I said, they have a pretty hard schedule, And yeah, so I do believe this team will be better in the future. We'll be making some playoffs in the future. We'll see. But that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Adios.